Hello, we're back for another video, a live video. Well, it's live until it's not live, basically. And then when you see it like not live, you can only comment, you can't live chat, but it's fine. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another transfer daily briefing, I'd say. Today we'll be discussing a number of topics that I've got lined up to chat about. It's a general channel with football. It's no bias to a specific club or anything. If it was, you'd probably know about it because there'll be club banners everywhere on this channel, and there isn't. So clearly there's not. If you can see the title, fair play. You can read the title. That is going to be discussed later on in the show. Had to some form of clickbait it so we can get views later, but we'll discuss what it is, what's happening later with that. Saga. There's a lot of sagas going on at the moment, to be honest. It's not just that. Right. To start off with, we've got to promote the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. For some reason, if you are new, fair play, you are new. But please hit the fat subscribe button, as I like to call it. Press the share button. Share it to all your contacts, friends, family, etc. Like the video, just so it shows a bit of appreciation. The like, that's what I feel the like does. If you just dislike, you just don't want to be on the channel, and there's no point. And just why would you even watch it? I don't get people that dislike it. Don't watch it. It's not hard. You don't need to be smart to work that one out. Right, people. Let's. We've got. As I said, we've got a few things to discuss. We'll leave the tick on to start off with. Make sure you do subscribe, share, like. So we'll move on from that. Hello, my name is Marcus, and welcome back to another Premier League transfers briefing, I like to call it. We'll start off with, I know if I came on, I just had to introduce myself. I feel like I needed to do that. We'll start off with some smaller news, if it will let me show, because this computer is dodgy, clearly. It's a bit of a weird one. If anyone knows who this is, it's Daniel Sturridge. He's a former Liverpool striker from the Midlands. He's had a tremendous career at Liverpool. He easily could have won more trophies at Liverpool. It's just Liverpool. I don't think they had that caliber to win trophies then, and they didn't. And then they didn't win trophies. And I think it's sad for him because he was so great. And I do think he did. Yeah, he won the Champions League with Liverpool, I believe. I'm pretty sure he did. Or if he didn't, I don't know where he is. This guy's played for Man City, Chelsea, Bolton Wanderers, West Brom, and Liverpool. So I think that's a great career. He played for some top clubs there: Chelsea, Liverpool, City. I don't think they were then that big, but still, they're a big club now, so it probably counts. Bolton Wanderers were massive then. So wow. He's playing for Trabzonspor at the moment, who are Turkish, I believe. I think they're a Turkish club. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. I think he's at a Turkish club now. He was born on the 1st of September 1989, so that brings him to 30 years old. He's from the Midlands, Birmingham. I said that earlier. He's 1.88 meters. I think that's over 6 foot. I don't know specifically. If you know, let me know. And he's 76 kilograms. Yeah, he is in the Super League, so he's in Turkey. He has 4 goals in the Super League this season, 4 assists in 11 matches. It's not bad stats, to be fair. Turkish Cup, he's got 3 matches, 3 goals, and Europa League, 2 matches, 0 goals, and he's only got 1 yellow card all season. That's in the Super League, I believe. So only domestically in the league, he's only got a yellow card. So fair play to him, not a dirty player. Yeah, so he had a interview on Sky today. He was talking about how he had unfinished business in England's top flight and he'd like to come back and try and finish it off. I think he said, I'm pretty sure. If so, fair play to him. He wants to go back to the biggest league in the world, in my opinion, and try and win a trophy probably before he ends his career. He's only got a few years left. He's 30 for a striker. You've got to be... With striker, you've got to have so much fitness because you've got to go running everywhere. You've got to do so much running, so much moving, so much hold-up play, so much. You've got to be marking other players and trying to get away from them, and it's quite hard business being a striker, to be fair. And you've got all the pressure of scoring the goals, and etc. I think it's quite a hard business to be a striker. So fair play on anyone that is a striker. I've never played there, so I wouldn't know. And if I have, it was years ago, so I can't remember. So that's the latest on Daniel Sturridge. It's probably not really that relevant, that news, to be fair, because let's be honest, apart from Liverpool fans slightly that care, who really cares that Daniel Sturridge is coming out to the Prem? He was good in Euro 2016, to be fair to him, but what's he done since? Nothing. His career is finished. A lot to get through today's show. We'll be going up to an hour, I reckon, with all this news. Bloody hell. Right. A little bit of Scottish news. Alfredo Morelos was linked with Lille. I think partial terms were borderline agreed, and now I think he's staying. And Steven Gerrard, the manager, just come out to say that he's 100% staying or something. He's 100% turned to stay at Rangers. To be fair, if they keep him, it's a great keep because with Alfredo Morelos, he's a great player, goal scorer, natural finisher. He's good in the derby. He's a derby man, turns up for the big game, big days. So Morelos, fair play if he stays, shows loyalty, compassion for the club. So if he does stay, fair play. If you are new around here, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. We just started up this new video. This is the second episode, actually, of the transfer briefing from me, as I know contacts that no one else knows online. So remember that. If you think you know tier 1 journalists, I know tier 0.5 journalists. So remember. So yeah, let's move on from Sturridge wants coming back to the Prem. It's not that big of news unless you're a Liverpool fan, then you probably slightly care. That's about it. Next, share the video. Hojberg passes Spurs medical. This is not any private news. Like, this news is public to anybody really that has an internet connection. Pierre-Emile Hojberg was a centre midfielder at Southampton. I think he went for about 15 odd million to Spurs. In Spurs' eyes, I think that's a great signing. A bit more depth in the midfield. Squad depth is slightly bit better than now. Ball playing, centre midfield. He's a very, very versatile player, in my opinion. Pierre-Emile Hojberg. He kind of lost his ways a bit at Southampton. He kind of wanted out at the end. So he lost his He lost his captaincy at Southampton. They stripped him off because he wanted to leave. He's like a Ryan Fraser type player. He was always looking for a big club to go to. So he's gone to a Spurs. He's passed the medical, and I think they're announcing that officially today. So that news is, I wouldn't say it's big news, but it's news that, if you're a Spurs fan, I'm sure you'd be jolly to know that he's signed officially now. He's passed everything. It maybe could dent Tongo Ndombele's progression at Spurs, as he's been linked with moves everywhere, really. A lot of clubs have been looking to get Ndombele, but this could actually limitate, or whatever the word is, to Ndombele's career or playing time. To be fair to Ndombele, he hasn't had any playing time at all at Spurs, really, anyway. Not that I've seen, and I watch a lot of football, so I'd know about it anyways. He's not played enough games for his likings, and that's why he's been linked with moves out. And Spurs are defending, coming out saying they want to keep him, but then, it's all going crazy in that transfer window. But then Spurs journalists, like tier 1 Spurs journalists that are on Twitter, are saying he doesn't want to leave. But then there's like people like Romano and stuff like that, tier 1 as well, like general tier 1s, saying that he wants to stay. So it's a bit of a weird one. We'll move on from that. It's not that big of a deal. But the main news is Hojberg's passed his medical, and it will be announced either this afternoon or tomorrow at some point. If it doesn't really matter, at the end of the day, there's no football on anyway, and all the Spurs players are on holiday. So that's that. If anyone's here, you can comment saying hello, stuff. Let me know what your opinions are on the latest transfers, maybe that you don't know about, or you do know about, or you want to know about, or anything really. So the title of the video was about Kai Havertz, but we will leave that for later on in the video. I know you're a Chelsea fan and you are looking forward to hearing about the Kai Havertz news. There's a lot of things going on with Kai Havertz at the moment. Crazy amounts of things are happening with him, because German sources are actually German journalists, sources, media, whatever you want to call them, saying he doesn't want to. He's not going to leave until definitely after the Europa League until they get knocked out. Oh wait, they have been knocked out. So actually, sorry, I'm off asleep. I forgot about last night. They lost to Inter Milan. So I think from now they're starting to agree the terms. But we'll leave that on for later. We won't get into that straight away. So if we'll stay with Liverpool for a bit. Liverpool completes TSIMIKAS signing. Konstantinos TSIMIKAS is a Greek left back. Played for Olympiacos 2015. He's played for like some Dutch clubs recently, and he's moved to Liverpool on a 5-year contract. What they've done is they've signed this player. I think they know he's a great player, which I've seen him at. I've been to a Spurs match and watched him when fans were landing around ages ago. But I've seen this guy. He's a great player. Sorry about that. Sorry, my hand had to clean the camera. I saw it was a bit dodgy, so and someone was coming in. Does the dog want to go out? Hold on a second, people. Oh, sorry about that. Had to let the dog out. Right, anyways, so this is the TSIMIKAS guy. He's a left back Greek, playing the Super League. No, not the Super League. That's Daniel. Sorry, I'm getting up. Bloody. I'm getting confused. I think it's a great signing for Liverpool. I don't believe they paid a lot of money for him. Because he's been loaned to a couple clubs. He played for Olympiacos. They signed him on there. We've got the fee officially. It was 11.75 million pounds. It's not a lot of money. Financially, it will help Olympiacos a lot. But he went out on loan twice, but hasn't been out on loan since 2018. So I think he spent the season at Olympiacos last season. 2 years he's been at Olympiacos, but then before that, he's obviously been on loan to in the Danish league, and he's been to the Eredivisie, which is the Dutch league, to spend some time out on loan. I don't know the exact info about why he went on loan. Maybe game time, I don't know. I haven't looked into that, but he has gone on loan a couple of times while he was at Olympiacos, but Liverpool didn't pay a lot for him, so I'm sure they're glad they've signed him. He's a Robertson replacement, so that's that. He's number 21 if everyone somehow didn't know he's number 21 at Liverpool now. And yeah, he's going to start playing from 2021 season. And I reckon he'll only play domestic cup games. So if I was him, I'd be kind of frustrated at the same time as happy, because you're moving to a massive club in like Liverpool, but then you're playing 10 games a season. And they're not even in the big games. They're like the crap games. So I don't know. It's all how you see it, really, and who you support and what you support. Yeah. Other news going around, we'll leave us to TSIMIKAS. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest. They've just signed a backup, really. But they are linked with Thiago Alcantara. And Liverpool linked with a few players, really. I definitely know they're dealing with Thiago, but I'm not quite sure who else. A lot of Liverpool fans are happiest on this left back, because apparently if Robbo does get injured, it's a very good replacement. So fair play to Liverpool. There's not much big deal about. Ben White, that was it. I've remembered. They wanted Ben White from Brighton, who was on loan at Leeds, but also at the same time, Leeds wanted Ben White. Ben White's a great centre back. Seen him play a few times as a great centre back. I wouldn't mind if anyone big signed him, because he'd probably suit them, to be honest. He's been scouted well and he's performed the Championship last season, and Leeds want to keep him for the Prem. So it's all up to Brighton whether they let him go for a certain fee and how much Leeds can pay out for him. There's not much story in the Ben White at the moment. A lot of people say it's going to be a massive saga this summer, but it's a long summer as well, so you put a few bids in. Even if they get rejected, you can still put a few more bids in until the deadline proper hits. So that Kai Havertz deal, we will discuss that later. Don't you tune out, lads, for the Kai Havertz deal. It's not the biggest one on the bloody show. We've got loads to talk about today. Bloody hell. I'm losing my voice already. Right, we'll move down to North West London now, to the Arsenal. Arsenal are in talks to sign Gabriel, apparently. So if you didn't know, Arsenal have dropped, whatever you want to call them, 55 staff members. They want to get rid of, they want to, no, not get rid of, they want to re-sign Aubameyang on a 3-year contract, 2 to 3 year contract. They also want to tell Ozil to get lost in a nice way, because he's basically taking all their money by literally doing nothing. It's what Phil Jones does at Man U. He literally gets injured. He's managed. This is how crazy it is. He's managed before lockdown, when games were on, not injured. Come out of lockdown, he's somehow injured when there's no games at all on at lockdown. You can't physically get injured. The only player I've ever seen to ever get injured in a lockdown where there's no physical games on, unless he was injuring himself for some dumbass reason. How has he managed to get injured? No one knows. But it's the same as Ozil. He's not injured. He just doesn't play. He doesn't want to play. So his wife told him he wanted to move on, and he was getting paid £350,000 a week. So that could be easily spent on something much more beneficial, not someone just sitting there taking money for no reason. So that's the latest on Gabriel. He does want to be signed by Arsenal. His top priority at the club at the moment. Just going to look at some weird... hold on. Because apparently there's some weird things going on. He's a Brazilian centre-back. He's left-footed. He's got pace. He was linked to Man U and Arsenal, but everyone thinks he's linked with Arsenal more, and he's got a stronger connection, and he wants to go there more. But in my opinion, it's all rumours, and no journalists are coming out saying he definitely wants to go to Arsenal. Like they're saying with the authority that he definitely wants to go to Arsenal. So I don't really see him going anywhere at the moment. He definitely will leave Little, I reckon. I just don't know where he's going to go. And if he does go to Arsenal, it's a definitely good signing. He's very young. I think he's 21. I don't even know how old he is. He is 22. Well, very close. A young left-footed centre-back from Brazil. He can improve Arsenal's defence. Not instantly, but he will improve some of the cracks that they have at the back. And if you are an Arsenal fan, or you do watch Arsenal and you're just a general Premier League fan or whatever, you would know Arsenal have a crap defence, and you don't even need to be a certain individual that represents Arsenal to work out whether Arsenal have a good defence. You can just be in anybody and work out. It's just not hard. They have a crap defence. Shame on them. But if they do want to make it better, the only way you can physically do that is by signing a defender. So fair play to Arsenal if they do get this over the line, but I don't know where he's favoured to go at the most. So let's move on to some new news. That is, rumour has it, apparently it was either him or Coutinho at the training round the other day, but if it's true, I don't know. I think Coutinho's going on loan there, but if he isn't, he isn't. Do all of that stuff. Subscribe, share, like. If you don't do that, I'll be up in arms. Up in arms, I'd say. Right, let's move on from the subscribe, share, like stuff. So this show's gone on a bit too long. I'm joking. It's not even 20 minutes yet. You can't complain. All right. Jadon Sancho to Man United. Is it still on? This is what everyone wants to know. Every Manchester United fan wants to know this information, really. This is massive news. If Man United could get this transfer over the line, which is not looking that confident at the moment, but I've got some stuff on it to talk about. If Man United can get this deal over the line, it is an incredible signing, in my opinion. They've literally, no one's probably said this before, but they have saved Mason Greenwood's development. 100%. The only reason why I say this is because if you play Mason Greenwood like you played Dan James back when fans were in the ground, you're going to ruin his development, because you can't play an 18-year-old every single game in a position that you're constantly running. You're going to run him to the ground, and you can't afford to ruin a player with such natural, pure talent, such as Mason Greenwood. So if you do sign Sancho, technically you have saved Mason Greenwood's development. So fair play if you do get Sancho over the line. Great signing, maybe slightly overpaying to an extent, but there's always a but to it. But if they do, Sancho's potential is through a roof, I'd say, in my opinion. He's very young. He's 20 years old. He is a right winger. Can play on the left, I believe. He can play on the right. I'm not sure about attacking midfield, but he can definitely do the wings. So sort of versatile, but he's a very, very good-looking player. Not like appearance, but very good-looking at playing the sport. I really rate him. He's been a great player. He's got so many assists and goals at Dortmund. It's probably unbelievable. Anyone would think he's like a midfielder. The amount of assists he gets, he just passes them to another player to score for fun. It's crazy. So that's the. I've got more to talk about Sancho. So a tier one journalist I know specifically, he's come out and said, I think it was yesterday. I can't even remember. My life's so crazy at the moment. I don't even remember what days of the week we are now. After day of the week, I won't know what the day. It's the 11th. I think it's Tuesday. No, it is Tuesday. I'm just joking. But for Jadon Sancho, we'll stay on it for a sec. This is actual information. So Sky were coming out saying the other day, this is Sky, as in the reporters of Sky from Sky and BBC and etc. that are associated to the club, Man U, not Dortmund, were saying that Man U won't get bullied into this signing, and they probably it was looking like they were going to pull out basically. But this has happened so many times for Man U because they're the biggest club in the world, in my opinion. This has happened so many times that if some information like that came out, I would not even believe it, even if you pay me to believe it. That's how crazy it is. Even if you pay me to believe something like that, I wouldn't believe it. So that's that. And then they're all coming saying, then they're coming out the next week, I think this week, saying, oh, is the deal still on, talks continue? But there's tier one journalists, like general from mainland Europe, that are saying Sancho is still, talks continue, installments haven't been agreed, personal terms, etc., and contract have been agreed already, but the actual installments and add-ons and all things like that, installments mainly, but they haven't been agreed and they don't know the initial fee to pay. And they haven't agreed on that. And Man U apparently want to pay £70 million, I believe, whilst Dortmund want them to pay 90, like the initial fee, so the first payment out of the 3-year payment. It's like paying for your PlayStation Plus. Got to get 3 years in a row. It's not the same levels, but it's one of those deals that because of COVID, this player, I reckon Dortmund would charge about 140 to 150 million without COVID. With COVID, they put it down to 120. That's altogether payment. All three payments when completed, 120 million euros. So that's a bit of news in the Jadon Sancho saga at the moment. That is probably, I'd say, the biggest news, as in the biggest transfer this summer. It's just crazy what's going on with Jadon Sancho. I just don't know with Jadon Sancho whether it'll go. I think he will go, but Man U are waiting so bloody long to sign him. Like, I don't understand what they're waiting for. Are they waiting for a deadline day to occur or something? Because Dortmund, the deadline was yesterday. I'm not quite sure how they got away with this, to be honest. So that's that. We'll let's look at some other stuff now. How are we all doing, anyways? Let's just look at some other stuff. So Jadon Sancho, it's so they were linked with Koulibaly, actually, but they're not going to get Koulibaly. If you've seen him the other day, he was bloody useless, in my opinion. He was so crap. Koulibaly against Barcelona. He could pass. That's the only good thing he could do. He could pass well. But I don't agree with the the way he played against Barcelona. It was so lackluster, so poor, and his price tag had probably been, I'd say it'd be half just from watching that game. Like, he's really put some people, he's 29, they want people to pay 80 million. What are they? If you're smart, you'd sell him tops at 60 mil, especially for his age as well. Tops at 60 mil. It's Koulibaly. He's only 30 years old. Come on, guys. Like, come on. Don't sell him for 80 million. No one's going to buy him. After how rich your club is, no one's going to buy Koulibaly, are they? No one. It's just a waste of investment, to be honest. Leeds are getting the business done. At the moment, I'm having a look. Leeds getting the business done. They've just signed another player on a 3-year contract, a Polish under-21 player. Fair play to Leeds. Really slapping out the pen and the paper to sort the contracts out for our new players. But fair play. Leeds have signed another player from the Polish league, he's under-21. Fair play. We'll move on from that, though. Another bit of news coming out from... Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. So let's move on to the Chelsea stuff now. This is probably the biggest... this is the title of the video. People are coming out to me and saying, has Kai Havertz agreed initial 5-year contract, like the contract, like before they start the talks properly? I'm hearing from journalists that I know specifically that this deal is basically happened, as in they've agreed it and they're trying to keep it as low-key as possible. But if you are a Chelsea fan, I would be excited because they have agreed a 5-year contract with Kai Havertz. The only reason this has happened today, not in 2 weeks or whenever, or in 1.5 weeks, is because the deal was when Kai Havertz got knocked out of the Europa League, which was last night, they wanted to agree the deal. So as soon as they got knocked out, they can start chatting and talk and develop. And knowing Chelsea and their recruitment and their director of football, etc., people that start the contracts, transfers, they do deals so efficiently that they're like City. They sign City signed Ferran Torres like that. They signed Nathan Ake like that. While you're Man United, you're signing Sancho in the space of like a month. It's taking that long. United fans are craving for them to get director of football because that's probably one of the reasons why they take so long to sign players. But the Kai Havertz latest I've got from my journalist that I'm really close with at the moment. I used to know him so well, this guy, but haven't spoken to him for quite a bit at the moment. But he did speak to me recently. As in, like, he spoke to me recently, but generally it's quite rare. It's like a couple of weeks he speaks to me and brings me up the latest transfers. But Kai Havertz has agreed a 5-year contract at Chelsea. If anyone knows a lot about Kai Havertz, fair play. All I know about him, he's 21. He's from Aachen, Germany. Sorry if my pronunciation was wrong. Aachen. He's 1.89 meters. He's no small lad. He's quite tall. He's 82 kilograms. He's German, obviously, and he played for Leverkusen. He's getting signed. We're not going to get the official transfer fee, but I think Dortmund. I wish Dortmund. Leverkusen. We're looking at 80 to 70, 65 to 80 million. They're looking at, like, pricing wise, maybe above 70. They were mainly looking at. But if you are new, the latest news is apparently I haven't got official confirmation from journalists and things, and people that are really close with transfers. But apparently the contract has been agreed. So if you do know, you're first to know from here because no one else knows about this. I'm the only person that knows because I've got official sources. So if I am right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I apologise, but I haven't got the official green light yet, if that makes sense. So yeah, if Chelsea fans, I'd probably be excited if I was a Chelsea fan because I'm wearing blue like Chelsea. I'm not a Chelsea fan, so don't when you get gassed over it. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be excited. Kai Havertz looks a great player. Some people even refer him as King Kai back in bloody Germany. So if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be bloody ecstatic. It's a great signing. There's a lot of things happening in the transfer window this summer, considering there was COVID as well. So it's a bit crazy. What else do people want to know? Because I've got information. Long. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now you're all talking. Got some things popping up. Sorry about this. I will ignore that for the time being. Right, anyways, let's move on. Hold on. Sorry about this. We'll move on from that. We'll leave that for the time being. So, yeah, King Kai, they referred to him as in Germany, is apparently close to Chelsea signing. That's your news on that. Witzel spoke about Jadon Sancho, saying he's happy that he's staying. He's a very great prospect. He's looking like a great player in Germany. We all know it's all media work. It's all playing the bluff, they say. He's not staying. I could bet a lot of things that he's not going to stay. I reckon he's definitely going to go. The only problem is it's United's lack of efficiency while signing players is costing them. So what happened with Maguire last year, Wan-Bissaka, James last summer, Bruno in January, Fernandes, if you're on English, Bruno. So it's a common theme, but Witzel has spoken out and how he's glad that Jadon's staying. We all know it's PR. We're not that interested. No one probably watched it, apart from Dortmund fans, because it's their club. And then Dortmund milked it last night. Let me just show you this photo from Twitter. You're all going to be loving this. You might have seen it if you do use Twitter. But take a look at this. Once this bloody loads up, might be the wrong bloody. Oh, I think I need to go in the English. Hold on, let me just work out what he's translated to. Hold on, people. Hold on, I had it, but I think I've lost it. Dawn has gone out cycling today together. That's what. Here we go. Found it. It wasn't translating because I don't really speak fluent German. Shame I know. Gutted. Hold on a second. Can you all see this? So what it says, if you can't read English, it says you'll have to see it with a smiley emoji. So what this means is they're trying to milk it that they still have him and that he hasn't been sold yet. That's the whole purpose of this media work here. It's just Jadon sitting there, and they've just basically milked it by saying you'd have to see it. Manu currently trending on Twitter. Let's see what's happening. Oh, it's about the penalties. I'm not interested in that. I really could not care less. Because people are winding up Man U fans saying Rochester and Penchester United and Penandes, Bruno Penandes, or whatever the flipping hell. Hojberg, past Spurs medical. We've probably done that already, but let's move on to big news for Arsenal. Aubameyang close to new contract. When I mean close, it's on the verge of being announced. So today or tomorrow, day after, it'll be done. You'll see it online. Aubameyang basically signed his new contract. They're waiting for the get-go to put it online, and then they'll put it online. I know about it already, so don't you worry. Aubameyang is very close to signing a contract. Apparently, rumour, this isn't confirmed from anyone, so don't start blaming others or anything. 3-year contracts. Easily can go to a better club. No offence to Arsenal, but he can easily go to a better club. But I'm sure he's happy to let Arsenal a few more seasons. 2 3-year contract, and that'll take him to about 33 or 34, and then he'll leave. He'll go to a retirement league or something because he'll be too old, and the new fitness won't be the same. Yeah, so Aubameyang signed a new contract. Great business for Arsenal. They could easily spend it on better players. They can just sign on. But Aubameyang is close to new contract, so fair play to Arsenal for getting that deal over the line. They are in financial difficulties. They've come out the other day saying so. It's a bit of a contrast, I'd say. Like, why would you say you're in financial difficulties and then sign a player on $300,000 a week? Makes no sense. I know it makes no sense. Don't you worry. Subscribe, share, and like if you are new around here, because I do know journalists that none of you lot know. So remember that when I bring you the latest news and you don't know about it, and I bring it to you. So remember that I know more about the transfers than you lot, because I know journalists that are really high, like higher than Romano. If you know Romano is high, this guy is like, he's too private. He doesn't expose his information that much, so that's why. We'll remove that though. Subscribe, share, like. Make sure you do it. If you don't do it, what are you doing? This channel is going to be growing because of how much I know from others. Well, him mainly, the guy. Arsenal in for GABRIEL. We've talked about that, but that is their highest priority. There are any Arsenal fans ever on this channel, which we encourage all football fans in the Premier League to join. But Arsenal are in for GABRIEL. We've done that. We've done the Sturridge. Right, this is not really Premier League stuff at all. Well, not even nowhere near. But he was sold by a Premier League club, by Arsenal. Ramsey not wanted at Juve. Pirlo's not interested in Ramsey. Probably because his English is not great, Pirlo. I don't know. I've never really heard him. Ramsey's probably looking to come back to the Prem, I reckon. He's not really enjoying himself that much out in Italy. The latest news is it's not really that official, but it is in a way. Like, it's a bit obvious, but it's not really like trending around Sky Sports, is it? So apparently he's not wanted at Juve. If he isn't, I'd look for somewhere else and leave Cristiano Ronaldo alone, go somewhere else. If he is wanted, he's a decent player. Hasn't been that incredible at Juventus compared to when he was later at Arsenal, but you ask the Arsenal fans, do you miss Ramsey? They'll say yes, 100%. They won't even doubt. They're a real fan, not a deluded little turd. Then they will definitely say they miss him. So that's that. Let's just unplug this. Hold on. Right. Bit of breaking news. Leeds signed Man City winger Jack Harrison on a season-long loan. If you don't know, Jack Harrison used to play for Leeds, so he's going back on loan while they're in the Prem. Made the most of it. Apparently he was at City. I didn't even know he was at City. Jack Harrison, if you didn't know, the winger, is going back to Leeds on loan for the Premier League season one coming up. It's not that big of a news, but we've covered everything, in my opinion. We've come up to 40 minutes. I really enjoyed today's show. If you are here, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications on and share to everyone you know. So yeah, I've really enjoyed today's show. It's been an absolute blast. Not blast, that's the wrong thing to say. It's been an absolute laugh. Not laugh. Another wrong thing to say. It's been an absolute class video. I've really enjoyed today. So thank you all for watching, and smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, as I say. And yeah, thank you. And I will be getting a microphone, so this won't be on my head. Well, it might be. I'm just going to get a new headset, and I'll get a microphone, a webcam. Webcam's awful, so we'll improve on that one. And yeah, this Jadon Sancho is going to United. I know, nothing new there. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you at the next one. I do. Depends when my information comes in from my journalist. All depends on that. Because if that doesn't come in for a while, then these videos will be limited and damage limitation. But if he brings me some news in the coming days, then fair enough. But I've brought you the latest news. I've rounded it all up. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you at the next one, whenever that might be. I'll let. What can I do to let you know? Follow Marcus.podcast on Instagram, and I'll probably keep you up on there because I do podcasts. Follow Marcus Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to that as well. On the road to 100 on that one. So make sure you subscribe. See you later. Goodbye.